Joe Biden did indeed win the presidency, he'd be 78 on Inauguration Day. That would be older than Ronald Reagan, our oldest president ever, was in his last day in office. This means that whoever Joe Biden picks as his running mate could prove one of the most consequential selections in modern political history. Now, the days of JFK tapping LBJ to clinch Texas are long gone, and crapshoot candidates like Sarah Palin accidentally throwing the top of the ticket, they're probably here to stay. Ironically enough, Joe Biden was chosen specifically because he was a boring, safe option, and get this, considered too old to ever be a fellow contender for the presidency. Now, a lot of attention has been given specifically to governors during the coronavirus crisis, and one has stood out in particular, Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan. She seems fairly telegenic, Trump hates her, but as it turns out, she's a really, really bad governor, and Biden would be moronic to pick her after she's shown what an awful job she's been doing. Now, the beginning of her tenure hasn't been any better than her coronavirus tenure. She went into office promising to, quote, fix the damn roads. Her plan then culminated in proposing to triple the gas tax, effectively ending all road budget negotiations. Now, Michigan had a lot of hope at the beginning of the coronavirus. Its first case didn't come until March 10th, long after other states were already sounding the alarm. But now there have been over 22,000 confirmed cases, with more than 1,200 deaths. Compare that to California, which had its first case in January. But because local, and most importantly, state leaders acted early, it has had roughly 1,000 fewer cases and half as many deaths as Michigan. This is all ignoring the fact that San Francisco is the second most dense city in the country, and California has 4 times the population of Michigan. What can we attribute this to? Bad governance. Governor Whitmer was far too late to the game in issuing stay-at-home orders, closing down schools, and now it's brought out a little bit of petty tyranny. She's just leaned into this authoritarian streak, now banning Michiganders from buying car seats or gardening materials, and banning them from transporting themselves in between their own vacation homes. This makes no sense because Michigan isn't Manhattan. It's not even Los Angeles. Outside of a few select urban areas, people are more than capable of going from one house to another in their own car without ever coming into contact with another human being. It seems exactly what it is. A petty flex meant to correct for the fact that she completely botched the beginning of the coronavirus crisis. And unlike Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer hasn't been trying to work with Trump. She's been feuding with him because she understands that this is her audition to be Biden's running mate. But it would be a mistake for him to choose her. It's clear that Gretchen Whitmer thinks that she's VP material. What's unclear is why anyone else should.